Hello everyone, I am coming to you live and in person from my classroom straight to your computer. So I'm going to give you a sample presentation today just to walk you through what a good presentation would look like for your final exam so that hopefully it will help you to prepare a little bit better. The case that I'm going to be talking to you about today is the O.J. Simpson murder case and subsequent media coverage. So first, to give you a little bit of background about this case and about O.J. Simpson. So first, a little bit about O.J. He was a famous football star. He went to college at USC and actually won the Heisman Trophy while he was there. After graduating from college, he then enjoyed record-setting careers with both the Buffalo Bills and Detroit Lions, and shortly thereafter he enjoyed acting as a career after retiring from the NFL. After divorcing his first wife, Marguerite, O.J. Simpson then married a woman named Nicole Brown. They were married in 1985, and in 1992, she then filed for divorce, which leads up to what you're seeing in front of you now. O.J. Simpson's ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend Ron Goldman were found murdered in her California home. And this happened on June 12th, 1994. That's when they were found. After their bodies were found, O.J. quickly became a suspect in the case, and following a low-speed car chase that was nationally televised, O.J. was charged with the crime and was arrested. It went to trial on January 25th, 1995, and this trial lasted a whopping 9 months. A verdict was actually not reached until early October. The result of this trial is that O.J. was acquitted of all charges. Now this leads to my personal findings. After a plethora of research and a multitude of articles that I have read, I have determined that the media did not responsibly report this case. And it really came down to two categories: bias and lack of discretion. First, I'm going to walk you through the bias that the media had throughout this coverage. They were biased both for and against Simpson in different places. First, they were biased for Simpson because many articles focused on his Hall of Fame status and the fact that he was this beloved public figure. So because he was this Hall of Fame football star and he was this beloved public figure that the public really loved and enjoyed, he obviously would not be capable of committing this heinous crime. So they really truly did contrast his position with the crime that was committed and then implied that he was not capable of it. Because he was this football star, he could not have possibly committed this crime, which is obviously an absurd statement to make. Now, there were also different places where they were biased against Simpson. And one example you can actually see in front of you. So both of these covers of magazines are really showing that they're claiming that he's guilty. So an American Tragedy or Trail of Blood right in front of his face, clearly planting the idea in the reader's mind that he's guilty. In several articles, they also provided a motive and claimed that this was the reason why he went about murdering his ex-wife. They presented these murders as slayings rather than as deaths in order to plant this inherently negative idea in the reader's mind that these deaths were terrible, and so the person who committed them must have been terrible. And then after that, they would present O.J. Simpson as the culprit, as the person who actually committed the crime. The second reason why I find that the media was not responsible is due to their lack of discretion. First, the media had little consideration of the stories that they were printing. They literally printed whatever they could get their hands on. If they couldn't get their hands on something, they would make it up. Also, along with that, there was a ton of sensationalism all throughout the stories that were published, which naturally favors something that is over the top rather than the truth, which is not what a responsible media outlet would do. And Time Magazine, which you just saw, really added fuel to this allegation that the reason why O.J. Simpson was arrested and being tried was because of his race. Along with that, I found that the media had incredibly unbalanced coverage. So they published nearly anything that the defense told them, whether or not there was truth to it, no matter what the consequences could possibly be. They didn't get the prosecution's positions on different issues, and really, they put prosecutor Marcia Clark on trial all throughout this case, all throughout the coverage, which was really truly unfair and did in fact poison both the public interest and any jurors who would have seen these magazines, really poisoned their viewpoints as well. So based on the fact that the media was incredibly biased, based on the fact that they lacked discretion with what they were publishing, I found that the media was in fact irresponsible in its reporting of this, and I quote, trial of the century, as they so dubbed it. All right, so if I were doing a presentation, that's where I would end. I would wrap it up right there, and hopefully this has been helpful to show you here are different things that you can do to outline what you're going to say, but then also be able to add to what you're saying and contribute a little bit more than just what's written on the screen, because that's what I'm going to be looking for as well, that you're going to be able to engage the audience, that you're going to be interested in what you're saying, that you're going to have knowledge about the things that you have on your slides and the information that you researched. So if you have any other questions about it or would like any more insight into why I did what I did, please feel free to ask me. Another thing that I will be looking for as I'm grading these when you're presenting is that you do have slides that are, or presentation, whether that be slides or a poster or anything like that, that is visually appealing. So if you note, I'm going to go back, on each of my slides, I first have interesting fonts that I chose that work well together. I have visuals, I have pictures that go along with it. And all the information that I use is very succinct, okay? But I didn't just read what was stated there. I added more information to it. So again, as you're going through, those are the things that I'm really going to be looking for. But if you have any questions, please, please, please feel free to ask me because I would love to help you. So I will see you for your final exam period.